Hey everybody, welcome to Dice, Drinks, and Drama. My name is Zëk Stewart. I will not be your Dungeon Master tonight. Our Dungeon Master will be John Heath Clark, but due to some mic issues, I will be introducing him today. Wave. Hey, there he is. That's him. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong direction because I'm mirrored. See, look at that. That's weird. We'll start with introducing our cast. Devren, you go first.
Hi guys, my name is Devren Bryant. I will be playing Walker and Summer, who is also known as Shivers in Winter is what he is going by while he's incognito, which he has to be right now. He is the current president of Tekatawaddle, but due to a minor or major family curse, he's not able to actually seize power. Maybe that'll, I don't know, clear up. Maybe it will not. Who knows? He's on an adventure. That's all that matters.
Sure, we can find some mushrooms that'll clear that curse right up. Yeah. Hi, I'm Zëk Stewart. I'm playing, who am I again? Euclid Clausen, a Aasimar warlock. My patron is my former character, Skym von Mikael, who is from the town we're in right now, which may be important to you. Yeah, and my soul is also half stolen by a different person. There's some sort of night hag thing. We're figuring that out. They may control these worms in my face. Look like tattoos, but they're actually worms. Isn't that creepy? Yeah, it's uncomfortable. All right.
Hi everybody, I'm Carter Scott Horton. I play Finnegan Berry Bramble, a stout, halfling, draconic origin sorcerer who has always been a draconic origin sorcerer. He was never a fighter and then no nosebleeds. Anyways, we're here in the frozen north, kind of looking for my great-great-great-grandmother, the, I presume, ancient red dragon Thavaberoth.
And I'm Victoria Priano, and what's not lurking in some place I should not be, and I play Guinevere Grovehart, who may be having a reunion with their father today, or somebody else's today.
It is definitely the season of daddies. All right, so we are in Galabris, a semi-ruined town. A few years ago, the inactive volcano Mount Charest erupted and bathed the town in hot lava, killing basically everybody that couldn't escape in time. The town is slowly being rebuilt because it is between several different important towns and was the main connection for humans to the dwarven city of Carcassonne, which we just journeyed from. We've arrived in Galabris in an effort to track down two daddies. Daddy one being, as previously stated, Finnegan's father, who has been kidnapped by, how many greats is it? 4?
A great-great-great-grandpappy.
Great, so 3 greats.
3 greats.
Triple great.
Three smagistus.
Yes, there you are. Then we are also looking forward to Arius, the ruler of the Illustree drow elves that lived inside Mount Charest, that were recently kidnapped by a Duergar dark dwarf raiding party. Where we left off last week exactly, though, was Euclid was about to go to the Temple of Ilmater to talk to them about Skym.
And Gwyn's with them.
And Gwyn's with them. I think actually that would be the best place for us to start, is a conversation between the two of them about what Euclid is doing and why, to give us all some context.
So, are you gonna say it, or like, do I have to take it out of you? What?
Say what?
Okay, sorry. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Gwen, and you are?
I'm Euclid Clausen.
Say that again.
Euclid Clausen.
Not very convinced. Can Gwen roll an insight check? Fantastic.
Let's have Euclid roll deception with advantage.
All right.
All right, 21.
Oh. Good thing I have. Oh, I don't. Alright, this is +4. Ha! That works out. 23.
Boom.
Oh! What
Apparently you were
happened?
mistaken, Gwen.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
so-
I mean, what do you mean? You met me multiple times, right?
I don't know. I just like you seemed really, really set on going here. So I thought that maybe if I followed you, some of the, it'd be revealed that you're actually your patron and not you. And, just wishful thinking. I was Skim's. I was a follower of Skym for a hot minute too. So like there's always a chance that I was following him and not you.
You followed Skym at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Ah. Well.
Where I became a god.
Oh, you mean like his friends? Yeah, yeah, of course.
Or like that fairy story where everyone believes. But yeah.
Like not as a god or whatever. Yeah, no, that's yeah. No, that's
As a
fine.
god.
No, as a god. Oh,
But it was like it wasn't here in our world, so I don't know if it counted for anything. Like I think here I'm still just believing in myself and trying to coast on that. But yeah.
sure. I just Skym grew up in a church, like this, and he's my patron, so thought I'd check it out, right?
I'm sorry for assuming anything. I thought that maybe there was a chance that because like he showed up in venue before without your permission. I thought that maybe that was happening again.
Of course not. Yeah. Do you want to come with me though?
I already.
I mean, like, still come with me. I know
Yeah,
you wanna
sure,
catch
sure,
up
yes,
to,
yes.
like,
That seems fine.
it seemed like you were just catching up to, like, ask me that question. So
Oh. I guess, yeah. That sounds okay.
So
Great.
your feet are crunching through the snow, which is slowly beginning to fall, and you see the tiny little abbey to Ilmater just outside the town. It's 2 stories tall with a tiny little orchard. Ilmater is, of course, the god of suffering. He believes that it is the duty of the good to suffer so that others may suffer less. And as a result, there are stocks. There's and as you enter the small little enclave inside the walls, there's a number of horsehair vests to wear and cat o' nine tails, flagellant whips. The whole area is there's a strange sense of religious masochism to the Ilmater religion, right? And indeed, you hear in the not too distance inside little cubby holes of isolation the cracking of whips as the Ilmatiri hit themselves in order to expunge whatever evil might lurk inside them so they might better serve the world. The Church of Ilmater is a force of good, but it's always a little disturbing to encounter if you're not of the faith.
mhm.
I feel like I've kind of walked in on something that might be a little intimate for
No, I'm happy. Like, I mean, I'm happy to have you here.
Okay.
So a woman comes up to you. She's wearing what looks like a ferociously itchy, unrefined woolen robe, and you do see that her skin, where it's touching, is blistered red and rashy. And she says, "Welcome to the Church of Ilmater. What brings you here? Are you others seeking the solace of the broken god?"
Our friend used to worship here, and they're no longer with us, so we want to pay our respects.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Very well, come in.
Thanks so much.
So you're brought in. It's extraordinarily Spartan. one of the things that can be said for the Ilmatiri is they have no interest in keeping wealth. All of their wealth goes to the poor. So this is a barren stone building, right? It's cold except for a fire in the center. And at the front of it is a large stone altar, unadorned, except for a image of two hands clasped and around each other and bound with red string. The hands are made of marble or some other stone, but the string is a red string that has been wrapped around them, an actual string. And standing next to this is a long-bearded, bare-chested priest. The front of his chest and the back are covered in welts and marks. He looks like he's in his 50s, but could be in his 70s or 80s, as he's in extraordinarily good shape, right? This is, of course, Hieronymus, the high flagellant of this church. Make another insight check, Gwen.
Gwen would also, oh, I got a nat 20, 28.
Great. Euclid is having an extraordinary reaction to seeing this priest. Would you like to describe it, Euclid?
There is just nothing but utter hatred and revulsion. It's something, maybe something like fear, but not anymore.
Do we need to kill that guy?
Oh, maybe. And I walk towards him.
And he says, there are those who have not accepted suffering into themselves in order to help others. There are those who are unwilling to accept the divine pain of Ilmater and to allow his suffering to make the world a better place. It is our job to infuse those who would wish the world to become full of less suffering, to take the extra suffering, the excess suffering that exists, on to themselves. We must show others that they should flagellate as we do.
So,
And the crowd mutedly agrees. Yes, Gwen?
is there anyone like listening that I'd be able to like turn and ask a question to?
Sure. There's maybe a dozen monks. You get the impression that this is about half the congregation here. The others are enduring private suffering or training. That's something else you would hear right now is the fighting of the monks. Ilmatiri monks are known to be great warriors, willing to take the burdens of their party upon themselves. So you think that there's maybe 24 trainees here, 12 of which are in this room, right? They're all bowed. Some of them are whipping themselves. All of them are in some form of distress. You see one of them is wearing a wide necklace with spikes pointed inward, so anytime they move their neck too much, it pokes them. It's all of them are wearing something deeply uncomfortable.
Where do you and whoever's just closest to me, I was like, where do you guys find your followers for your practice? Like, is there anywhere in particular? Do you guys have an orphanage that you run out like many sects do, or?
The priest looks, or the supplicant looks at you with mild terror for a moment and says, "We do not speak when the high flagellant speaks."
Oh.
And the high flagellant stops that moment and says, "Is there something more important being said than what I have to say? Perhaps we should all hear it."
I just wanted to know, like, it seems as though there's a lot of people here, and I was curious if you guys also operated with an orphanage or anything like that.
We do indeed take in orphans. We do not have a major orphanage, as we prefer to let others handle such things. But we take in foundlings, of course. Many of the people here were raised within the church.
I'm sorry for interrupting your practice. I wasn't aware of the rules.
Make a persuasion check.
4.
4.
Yes.
And he says, ignorance of the rules is no excuse. If you truly are sorry, would you be willing to endure a minor punishment
Yeah, sure.
in the honor of the bound god? Very
Yeah.
well. He
You
steps
have
off.
inspiration. Someone
You
paid
do.
for it in chat.
I figured as much, but it'll be much more entertaining for them to try to hurt me.
He pulls out a single studded whip, basically a thong, right? A leather thong, not the underwear, which I'm sure is what everybody thought when I said that, but like a small, well, almost a riding crop, right? And says, which is your dominant hand?
And they just give you the left one. Like there was a bit of a question of which one's which.
This is our way. Impertinence, lack of discipline, selfishness, and other sins, we must expunge them from ourselves through pain. That is the only way. Your offense was minor, but still an offense. And he raises up the riding crop.
When he does that, I would like to grab that riding crop from behind him.
Great. Make an attack roll with advantage.
Great. Good. Wait, the attack, which, that's a physical attack roll, right?
Unless you're using magic, you can use it with dexterity or strength though.
Cool, then at least it's +0. Let's say I'm gonna use my inspiration on one of those. My daily
Great.
inspiration, because I want it to be okay. Good, that's 18. That was worth it.
He glares at you and says, what is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of this? You inflict suffering on others, but say you cure it, eh? You still do this?
It is the way of our religion. What would you know of such things? You are a stranger here.
Stranger, eh? And I'm going to activate my daily SMR thing. My wings will pop out, my eyes will glow white. I knew you once, right? I knew when you lived here before. How did you escape the town?
Ilmater gave me a vision, and I led as many people as possible. We are on the outskirts of this region, and we were able to flee from the flames. They were slow moving. It was mostly the town that was destroyed. Very few people, mostly the stubborn and foolish, died.
Stubborn and foolish. This is what you say.
We believe in truth here. Unpleasant truths are far better than well-meaning lies.
These were children you brought in here. All of them. And you make them suffer. For whom?
Ilmater.
Ilmater. Has he stopped you? Has he helped you survive, really? And he let others die who have suffered. What are you saving for you to live? Who was saved by you living?
I teach the ways of this religion. I help others find the path through true suffering to enlightenment. We heal those in the town who have otherwise unhealable wounds, and we train warriors to go out and suffer for the greater good. What have you done besides be born with angelic light within you?
Do you even know who you are speaking to?
I don't. But I do not know that I even want to. You are clearly not of a mind to learn, grow, or become enlightened.
I am Skimmerhorn of Mikael. I was once one of your children. Beat me. You make me walk upstairs bloody on my knees. Suffer. Treat me horribly. When I turn to drink to solve my problems, I'm kicked out of this town. Everyone, my wife nearly dies, has to sell her soul to survive.
He calmly looks at you in the face of all this, and idly slaps himself on the back, and you see that there are shards of glass within the whip that he uses on himself, and it comes back with a little bit of blood on it. And he says, Skimmerhorn, are you some sort of demonic entity now that you are possessing other people?
Demonic. I've ascended. I became enlightened more than you. I'm a god now.
He looks, and for a moment, seems displeased, and then weirdly softens and says, then it was all for something.
And I'm going to attack him. I'm definitely going to attack him.
Roll initiative for me.
Sure.
He's going at 4.
Good, I'm going at, that's fine. I mean, I'd be going at 6, so it worked out.
Great.
I'm going to cast Fear.
Great.
Upon him, just directly. That's alright. I'm going to become his literal worst fear he's ever seen.
Great. Let's see how he does. It is a wisdom save, right? What is your saving throw DC?
I got that +3, so I believe it is, what? 19.
Great. So the wave of fear washes over him, and you know he sees you as whatever his worst fear is, but he stands there. It's not even stoic. It's not even heroic. It's just water hitting a rock, right? He got a 25 on the saving throw.
Wow.
17 + 8.
Yep.
And he says, "Are you finished?"
What you do here is evil. It is wrong.
Okay.
These children did not come here for you. They did not know. They were handed to you. These are not warriors.
I have walked the realm of our God in dreams. I have communed with him. I have literally been to the 7 heavens of Mount Celestia. You do not know what good or evil are, Skym. You're not capable.
You could tell a god he does not know what good or evil is? I could... Are you kidding me?
Do you want to walk with your god again?
If you're trying to prove that you have some sort of moral high ground by threatening a high priest of a god of saving the innocent,
who beats children?
I don't care about moral high ground. I just care that you've managed to hurt my friend.
I hurt him, yes, so that he would grow and become enlightened. I thought it a failure, considering his later fall from grace. I am pleased to hear that he has made something of himself, even if that something is possessing others. Willingly, I should hope?
Yes, whatever. Well, listen, you think you're so enlightened that you have figured things out. That if pain would cause you to become enlightened. What about you? If you become enlightened, have you ascended to godhood?
I have no intention of ascending to godhood.
Okay, so you just...
Narcissism is not my way.
So you're just going to indoctrinate people who are not willing to make choices for themselves. And continue to do it. And nothing changes in your life. Somehow you got a vision, which I don't really trust, to be honest with you. Alamater does not save people. You've always taught me this. He's not for saving us. He is for saving everyone else. We suffer, so they will be saved. But sadly, those people were not saved. You were saved. What vision did you see?
When the flames began to lick up from within Mount Sharess, the town rumbled. And to me, I saw a red line in the sky, pointing away. I knew this to be emblematic of our Lord Ilmater's red binding cords. And I saw that it was his divine will that I lead as many out of the village as possible. I told those that were here to run for the hills. And I went into the town proper and began to get as many people to evacuate as possible. Many did not, because they thought they could withstand it or survive, or did not believe what was happening was happening. But I did put myself at personal risk in order to see as many survive as could. I was here for the town of Galabris, and many more would have died and suffered greatly had I not gone in myself towards the flames. You, Skimmerhorn, you were not here. What were you doing to alleviate suffering at that time that could have possibly been as high a priority that you can judge me so?
Training. Where you sent me to go? Out of the city. Where I was banished. Was I supposed to be here? Was I supposed to break banishment, suddenly appear back in town to save people? I feel like we're still skirting on the fact that half of these people here were children when they were handed to you. There was not agency. How do you defend this?
That is the way of the church. They're welcome to leave. All of you know this, yes? You may cease your suffering at any time and walk away. Nothing binds you here but your word. They all sit still, except for the few of them that decide to take this opportunity to tighten thumb screws or smash themselves a little bit more.
Fine. I tell you this. Children, people here. Your suffering does not change anything outside. These are lies. He saw a flame, judged his vision, got lucky once. Honestly, if you see a flame coming out of a volcano, most likely you should run. That's just my advice to all of you from here. I left this town. I did amazing things. I've saved people, I've saved countries. Thousands. I sacrificed myself to save an entire nation of people. But I came back. It wasn't Ilmater that saved me. And it wasn't my suffering that saved it. It was deals, conversations, people outside of this world. Outside of this world, this church, this horrible church.
Skym, could I ask a very, very quick question?
Yes.
Why haven't you asked about your wife during the fire? This seems like a pretty decent opportunity.
Why didn't you save my wife?
He says, I should think, considering the context of our earlier discussion, that should be obvious. The stubborn and the foolish stayed behind. You may decide which one better suits your former wife.
Well, she did always hate you, so... there is that.
Gwyn,
Mm-hmm.
can you make a rather difficult perception or insight check?
Yep.
You should use that inspiration if you haven't.
Hmm.
I'm going to use the inspiration.
We're on the same page, damn fine cup of streaming.
22.
22.
Hmm.
So, and follow that up with a religion check with advantage.
The best part for everyone listening is nat 20, 26.
Great.
Those are my two of my proficiencies.
So,
Perfect.
none of this is completely outside of the doctrine of Ilmi, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's an extremely harsh reading of it. many of the Ilmatiri that you would have like are kind and good to those outside of the church,
Yes.
right? And it sounds like this guy is good but not kind, right? At least in his mind. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. That's why Gwen asked the last question. They just
Right.
needed an excuse.
And but what you pick up on in this moment is his eyes flicker to the wounds that his parishioners are inflicting on themselves. And you see for the barest, tiniest, littlest moment a touch of sadistic hunger that is quickly subsumed by his stoicness.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps Skym's misgivings have always been right, covered up in this veneer of religiosity. Otherwise, his stoicness, he's just like a stone, right? But in that moment, you sense something untoward. Do with that what you will.
Does he never mind. I can't really do that right now. Skym. Can I have your permission
Sure.
to resolve your conflict for you in any sort of way that would totally I kind of want to join in on,
Is this ironic? What you're planning to do?
Yes.
Yes, I like it.
All right. Well, Gwen's going to actually find a place to just go off for a moment, and I am going to use conjure animals.
Sure. Do you want to go to one of the suffering cubicles?
Yes.
Great. They are small little stone rooms of completely unadorned with little wooden benches and chamber pots, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There is blood stains in the ground. Not like huge amounts of blood were spilled here, but like droplets, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only adornment in the room is a what's the word I'm looking for? A shelf of all manner of self-torture implements.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of look at some of these, and then to my rat brethren, ask them very kindly to seek out their home, stay in their bed for a little.
So you cast conjure animals. You're casting the spell. So these aren't actual rats. They're fae that look like rats.
Yes.
Right?
They're going to.
You have little dream rats. Are they abominable or are they standard rats?
They're disgusting.
They're what?
They're abominable.
What? In what way? What are these nightmare rats looking like today?
They have just large, like, protrusions from their back. There's legions of just growth that bubbles, but seems to also kind of move them forward as if the fuel itself is the contaminant. It can't be all frogs.
Are you sure? Are you sure they can't be all frogs?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, Brown. That's a really nice compliment. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thanks.
For those of you watching later, Brown says, I follow you now on Twitter so I can follow this campaign. This D&D quality is top tier. That warms my heart. All right. So, you've summoned forth these abominable rats covered in lesions and boils. One of them walks up to you and smears a little pus as it nudges your cheek. You've asked them to go home. Do you want them to like crawl around the church and seek out secrets here? Is that what you're hoping for?
Oh, I was actually hoping that they'd maybe take a little nibble for now.
Nibble of.
Oh, of the high priest.
Oh, so you're sending them to attack him.
Yes.
Got it.
In a very subtle way. Yes, I could just stab him, but nothing's better than a swarm of rats in a trip.
So a swarm of rats comes out of the room, and he turns, and he holds out his hand, and a blast of holy energy reeks out from them. He rolled a perception check to notice them and to notice what they were, and they fade away into nothingness. And he says, "And what is more, Skym? Do you bring the Fae into our holy fane?"
What? Look, I'm a god of delirium. I don't do fae thing. Well, I mean, I guess delirium. I've been friends with anybody, really, but no.
I'm sorry, this charade must come to an end. I have no more desire to talk with you, Skym, and it pains me to see you possessing what is otherwise likely a quite innocent soul. He's going to cast Dispel Good and Evil.
Okay.
Which knocks out any possessing influences. And you might get a save.
Okay.
I can never remember. But I'm grabbing my player's handbook, which is just out of reach for some reason. Let's look at Dispel Good and Evil.
Mm-hmm.
So he is, or Dispel Evil and Good. So he casts it on himself as an action.
Okay.
And then on his next turn he can touch you and remove the essence from you.
Great.
So he's filled with the essence of Ilmater at this moment.
Wings, I go up in the sky.
Except reactions. What?
I have wings and I go up in the sky.
Great. You're in a not very tall room.
Oh.
You would still be able to reach. You can fly out the door.
Can I
And
try
fly
to
out the
grapple
sky,
him?
but within the room, it's like a Spartan little stone building, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to sort of go backwards a little bit, and then I want to cast Detect Thoughts, and I'm going to pry.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people had mentioned Sus before, and Sus reaches new heights. He's wearing a ring of mind blanking.
Oh. Okay. This is not where I expected this episode to go, but all right, here we go. We're going in.
And me either, but this is where we're at.
Ready? Ha! Ready? Gwen, time to go.
Okay.
He says, "Yes, flee from the light, demon."
I mean, it's pretty dingy in here. I don't think there's much light, honestly. Bye.
Since nothing
It
was
is quite
said,
dingy.
one of my rats was saved, and I'm taking them with me.
I love it. I accept. Great. There is a second floor. He lives in the main abbey. There's a barracks outside. A dormitory is the correct word for that, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
for monks. You could come back here and investigate. Really, actually, there's two things to do right now, right? And I think it should be. Why don't we have a little mini scene before anything else between our poor other actors who are just sitting here watching. So Finn and Shivers, what are you doing in the city while all the rest of this is happening?
Let's see.
Well, it's fun. You know, what baked treats do they have?
Yeah,
What is there to do? Can I
we're
go ice
following
skating?
Griffle, as he hopefully
There's
takes
not
us
a
around.
lot of fun in Galabris.
Oh, that's right. Wait a second. I was coming along for free food. We
Mhm.
got dinner.
Mhm.
Right, Griftel invited you guys for food. So Griftel
I'm
is,
third wheel.
Yes, you are. Wingman.
tall, handsome, greenish gray skinned, tusks, half orc, right? The sort of look that scares people that are prejudiced and is hot if you're not. Does that make sense? Right?
Mhm.
And he's definitely he's got a winter wolf fur plate mail. So he's got plate mail with a winter wolf fur cloak built into it. He is bringing you back to the sheriff's office, where the other guards and the militia for this town are, and they've put together a rothe stew. They got a rothe, which is a underdark beast of burden / food, sort of a goat cow, underground goat cow. It's very robust though.
Mm-hmm.
And they put together the stew with all sorts of tundra legumes and stuff, and it's not tasty, but it's very filling and warm.
It's not tasty. Could it be tasty?
Well, can I use my prestidigitation to make it tasty?
Sure. You wanna like go to the pot, or are you setting up your own food to do better?
I'll do it for myself. Like I'm never gonna throw salt on something before I taste it. So I have my first sip.
Right.
I realized
it's not gross. I want to make that very clear.
No, it just needs pizzazz.
Right.
Yeah. So I like prestidigitation, whatever kinds of herbs and spices I think might best help. If it's like leaning towards goat, I'll probably do something a little bit more thymy, some rosemary, maybe. Definitely. I mean, salt and pepper regardless, right? Because I feel like they probably just don't have access to it. And then I'm going to do that pretty obviously. Like, I'm not going to present it, but I'll just be like, boop. So if someone else notices and wants me to do it to their dish.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. This whole town has a religious atmosphere to it. And it always had religious stuff this is a frontier town in the first place. Yeah. But in the rebuilding, it has become ferociously lawful good in terms of, like, everybody is following one lawful good god or another. Here is torn, right? And it's also rather Spartan, right? These are other people that live for other people, but in a very different way from Ilmater. So you get very much the impression that they're saving the spices for the rest of the people in the town.
Sure.
That's rather, right? That's what's happening here.
This is one of the people in the town, I feel. I don't know.
Is this immediately apparent to me?
Yeah.
Then I'm
Actually,
going to...
I think it's a better thing to do is have Griftel say, he notices you do that, and he says, I appreciate that you feel the need to make your food taste better. But we try to remain as unfettered by luxury as possible so we can focus on keeping this town safe.
Now, okay, I understand. However, I got a question. How do you define luxury?
That which is unnecessary.
All right.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Unnecessary in the sense of spending maybe your resources, your spices that could be saved for medicines or those who more need them, right?
Civilians, mostly. They have it very hard.
My friend, I can just snap, and you got a tasty dish. That's not a luxury. That's my duty to help you.
He grumbles for a little bit, and he says, look, I've spent most of my time up here, but I had some time in the South. I trained at Crossroads, and I saw I saw the corruption of the police forces to the South. They're given special luxuries. They're given power. I want people to be part of this militia because they want to help people, not because they get something out of it. And if the rest of the town is not getting something that my people are getting, that is pulling in the selfish, that is pulling in the decadent. I want these to be people that want to give of themselves to save others.
You try.
Now, well, I do respect that, Griffel. I do believe that a certain gratitude must be upheld when doing such needless services for the greater good. So, for instance, this now delicious soup. Could you get mine? Could you hit mine? Thank you. This now delicious soup comes from a place of respect, from warmth, a place of love, you see.
Generosity. It's me helping you. And here's the thing. I'm doing exactly what you said you wanted to do. You want to help other people. I want to help you guys by helping you enjoy life.
Make a persuasion check.
With advantage, because this makes sense?
I'm like, can I help him?
With advantage.
Okay.
So I take umbrage at your aggressive tone.
That's fair. But I was like, this guy's like,
sure.
it costs me nothing to spice your goods. I'm not breaking your alignment doing this.
These are people made of stone and steel up here.
Sure.
Delicious.
But I'm a halfling made of 26s, so.
Right. Like, will they accept luxuries with the most, like, you have to go through this many hoops, right? So what did you roll? 24?
A 26.
Great.
Well, I rolled a 19.
He says, you know what? If that is how you feel, I suppose my men and women can have a treat.
Yeah. And what's more, is this meal exclusively for the people who work here, or could any civilian come in and be offered from this pot, right?
This is the end of the day watch, beginning of the night watch meal here in the militia. But anybody,
well, you must.
If somebody was hungry and came by, we would give them food.
Sure, and you must, caring so much for the people, already have an established soup kitchen, right?
Indeed. Well, it's the Ilmetiri that usually fund the poor.
So you're hoarding spices for when you eventually open a soup kitchen?
No, the civilians are. First of all, there's not a lot of spices.
Look, if anyone wants it, they can have nicer soup.
The men and women of this place accept. They are all thrilled by how delicious it is. Griftel seems slightly more pleased with your helping of his people than he was with you furnishing his own soup, though he quietly and stoically enjoys it slightly more.
That's all I ask. So, Griftel, did we ask if you knew Skym Horton?
I did.
Did you?
I did. A bit of a wastrel, bit of a drunk.
Well, can I just say, you knew the before and we knew the after.
Mm-hmm. In the after,
still a drunk,
but godly.
So godly, the holiest.
Well, the holiest in a very specific island.
He always had trouble with authority. He got into religion.
Oh, did he? Did he?
Religion got into him.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I guess, yeah.
A little kind of.
Yeah.
No, yes, he became a god, if you don't believe.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened, but how many people do you know that have been turned into gods?
How many stranger things have you experienced?
Mostly I just fight threats to this town, and that's what I've been doing since I came here. So I haven't seen many stranger things. I certainly haven't seen somebody become a god. You know what? I had a soft spot for him. Good for him.
Oh, see. Oh, good. Who do you
He
serve?
was a troublemaker.
By the way, Torm. You like this god, Torm?
It's not about liking. Torm gives me strength. Torm gives me the endurance to help others. Torm inspires me to do what I need to do to make sure the people of this town are safe.
I got a bit of a question for you. Now, I'm sure that there's a bunch of, intricate, subtle differences that a layman outsider would not be able to recognize. However, I can't help but notice that there seems to be a common message, a sort of common movement for a lot of the religious people around here. And I'm thinking, like, why? There's so many that are so similar and yet slightly different. Why do you think there's a couple? Like, why Torm and Ilmater and I mean, anyone up here worship Yandala besides me?
We don't get many halflings in these parts, but I'm sure they.
Yeah, I'm so uncomfortable. It's too cold.
There are two other main religions here, and that is we are technically part of the Populus Rex Empire. So we pay very little in taxes considering our situation. We used to pay much more until we rebuild, and we are disconnected from the city to the south in many ways. But we are technically part. If somebody declared full-out war on us, technically the Legion would travel to the north to defend us. This seems unlikely.
Like somebody like the Duergar?
It would need to be a nation. Like if the dwarves declared war on Galabris, but
so
raiders,
the dwarves that we recognize as people,
raiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dwarves are raiders.
Sure.
Okay.
Not
their own entire culture.
They haven't sent armies to lay waste to the city.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. I understand. I'm sorry. I just don't know
No,
when I want.
I agree. It would be nice, but Hell is the official state religion of Populus Rex, the god of watchfulness
Oh,
and the sentinel god. So we have some Helm worshippers here, and then of course there's the those who are a little bit less in love with order and law tend to move towards Saloon, the goddess of the moon. This place is on the edge of livable and unlivable, and so they see her connection to twilight and the evening resonate in this place.
she's
Well,
nice.
Here,
Name.
thank you so much for your hospitality, but we were actually sent here by the magistratrix to see that a certain what is it? What is its name? Not
Wait,
Fate.
Quinn's dad?
Quinn's dad. What is her
Quinn's
name?
dad?
Darius.
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 Y'all hate that. Y'all hate that.
No, it's just really cumbersome to say in Finnegan's accent. There's no way to like flippantly or casually go through Darius with a southern drawl.
Sure.
That's the name I came up with.
I love it.
I love it. I love that
hate
it's almost a normal name, but it's not. It's my favorite. It's so good.
We were sent here by the magistratrix to search for a certain Darius. Do you, by chance, know him? Do you have any
We
information?
met. You told us that he was kidnapped.
Yes.
From the refugees, but I've certainly met him. We deal with many of the same problems. Him from underground, us from above ground. We deal with winter wolves, so he doesn't have to. We deal with frost giants, so he doesn't have to. He deals with Durgar and mind flayers, and who knows what else is lurking in the darkness down there.
So you don't
We
have
handle
to,
that.
and yet you have to because he's been missing.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to if he stays missing.
Yes, which is why I'm asking if you have anything that you think you might be able to spare to help us on our journey to save this Darius.
Now look,
Yes.
there are things.
Mhm.
There are a few healing potions in this town. There's some bare magical armament. But frankly, I would really rather see all of that in the hands of the people defending this town. Now, that's not to say that I couldn't offer you something. But I would hope rather that the opposite happened. That you go down there into that vast dark, you save those people, and you find ways to make life up here a little bit easier and more bearable.
Well,
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
the thing. Information could also be very, very useful. Do you have any idea of what we could perchance see down there that might, I don't know, want to snack on me? I am quite snackable.
The dangers of the Underdark are many and vast, and if they've been taken by Duergar, you'll be going into the Middle Dark. So there's the Upper Dark, the Middle Dark, and the Lower Dark, right?
Mhm.
Really, I thought it was going to be the left dark, the middle dark, and the right dark.
There is no right dark, it's all wrong.
Oh.
It's the first joke you've heard him make, and he smiles the barest little bit, and it's like, oh, he does have a personality. But then it goes back. And he says, look, it gets real bad. It gets real bad the deeper you go. I know that you might not have had much to deal with this, but I've seen a few of the aberrations that Darius has fought. Driven up from the deep.
Aboleths?
Yes. In the lower reaches.
All right.
In the lightless reaches and the infinite seas down there that have never seen a speck of light, natural or otherwise. Yes, aboleths lurk down there.
All right.
So do other creatures, not worth mentioning or naming. It is a horrifying place.
I've got one question for you, and this is slightly off topic. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by something. You knew Euclid. Not Euclid, Skym. Euclid is a friend of ours who follows Skym. You knew Skym.
I did.
Which means that presumably you were here before the volcano.
Yes.
And I gotta know, because I found out something new recently. You're positive it was a volcanic eruption and not, say, some sort of magical fire catastrophe?
I've had my doubts. That volcano shouldn't have erupted. I think the answer to your question is yes and yes. That volcano was completely dormant. I'd actually been inside it. And then one day it erupted. And it was real lava, and it really erupted. But I don't think it happened of natural causes.
Have you taken a look since?
I've been in.
Okay.
It's dormant again.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your information and your beautiful stew. We really must be finding our compatriots so that we may get on with our mission.
Now, look, there's one more thing. If you're dealing with a Duergar, they aren't uncivilized. But their civilization is abhorrent.
Do you think
they are slavers? They are vengeance finders. They are business and business only. If you want to get into that city, you might want to find enough coin to show that you're serious.
Can they be held to their word? Are they that civilized?
If it's in their best interest.
All
right.
Thank you so much again.
Like
But if you truly want access to Kark Fortum, consider going as slavers, or at least those in the market for slaves.
We know about being in the market of pretending to be in the market.
That we do know.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, for now.
I've suddenly found something very interesting on the other side of the room. Look at that odd shape. I'm just gonna go walk away for a little bit.
Great. Great.
I was like, I'm following.
What? Oh, no. Okay, fine. Then I guess I like reach
I
the other
not?
corner of the room, realize
Trying to get some
that the
space, and he pads after you, and you're like, what? All right.
okay.
No,
Just reach the other corner, turn around, and like leave, and awkwardly like goodbye as we pass.
So,
You could have come on,
you
man.
guys
You
all
could've-
meet up again, and so there's really two options. I'd like you guys to discuss this, and then we'll let the chat vote on it.
Ooh, a vote.
But there is figuring out what the fuck is up with the Church of Ilmater, right?
See,
Mhm.
I in my heart of hearts, I earnestly just thought you were being a brat.
Me? Oh no! I think it had been determined that the Church of Ilmater here was nearly unbearable. That was a major part of Skym's
Gosh,
backstory.
John.
No, not John. I was playing an asshole, so there was assholery. But
I'm just
I
letting
promise you,
chat
nothing
catch
but
up
love
for a
coming from
second.
John.
By
What do you
ribbing
think?
you. I was just letting chat catch up by ribbing you for a second.
Okay, it's great. The you guys should discuss this, but there is following up into Arius or figuring out what is going on with the Church of Ilmater here.
Where are we meeting up? Where do we reconvene?
There is a tavern called Tavern.
I love it.
We're going to
I
town.
love
because
it.
Names
Just go
names
to
are a
tavern.
luxury. There's only one, and everybody knows you're going to the tavern. It's Tavern, the Tavern.
I like the belief that it is very, very modern. That's why it's named Tavern. It's just
It's-
one word,
no, it's
one name.
post.
It's this dip. Oh yeah,
Like the art hole seek.
yeah. It's just called.
Or kitchen,
Tavern.
right?
All right, great.
Anyway, but
I have a prop
Um,
then.
So, and you go in, and they've got some dwarven beer because it's very inexpensive up here. They've got their own stuff. They brew vodka, and it's super strong but not tasty. Very functional, right? As everything is here, and the same thing is here. True. There's no ornamentation in this tavern. It is a wooden building with a bar and wooden chairs and tables, right? Like it is
Comfy.
not very interesting. So, you all meet up here and you discuss this, but we'll have you discuss it for a second, and we'll put up a poll as to which of those two things you should do. So discuss what you're thinking and what's going on.
Yeah. Polls already started. Do it.
Okay.
Pete. What?
Like, I thought it'd be really funny to be like, hey, let's have a swarm of rats eat you alive. But then I
Wait,
realized.
what? Okay, hold on. No, pull back, and start from the beginning. Hey guys, how's it going? What did you do and learn?
So, the guy that was like tortured Skym most of his childhood, actual asshole.
You don't say.
Like, quality asshole.
Okay.
I thought practical effects would be more endearing than like full out bloodshed.
So
my
you
idea-
wanna lay the hurt on this guy?
Oh,
we
of course.
fighting
I
a
honestly
priest?
think that the guard would agree at this point. Like we gave him the whole rundown where we figured out that one, he wasn't racist. Two, he fully understands people's judgments.
We are on official magistratrix
We are.
business.
We
If
are.
We're going around punching.
And look, here's the thing.
priest.
I
When
didn't kill him.
Your
Yeah.
dad, I'm sorry, but he's very important to the peace of this town.
Okay.
He protects this town from certain threats.
That makes sense. You remember my mom?
Yeah, I do. And so we need
Yeah, you're gonna
to
get a little bit more of that.
I'm sorry if we don't deal with this now. I'm worried that getting revenge for our friend who's now a literal god. So how much does he really care?
He was pretty petty about it all.
I'm sure, but also like go drink your liquid gold or whatever.
What are they drinking?
Yeah.
Ambrosia or something like that?
Yeah.
I hear it's delicious.
Also, I say that now because like Euclid's pretty much just Euclid at the moment.
Yeah, totally
Euclid's
just
always
Euclid.
been Euclid.
Always been Euclid,
What?
right? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? What?
No.
He got a little
When? Explain.
We're
He's
going
like
to the
nudges
church
you.
elevator when you can finish this conversation, by the way, though.
He nudges you right hard in the ribs, like.
Nothing at all.
Alright, so here's the thing though. I'm 100% sure that guy just gets off on beating kids. Which, I mean, you guys might think that's fine just to let a person who is running a church, masquerading as the head of a priest in a small town, beat the shit out of people because they get off on it.
I'm not saying I'm okay with that. I was worried about the timeline of things. You're clearly very upset.
Of
And
course.
this is what we need to do. This is what we're going to do. And I respect that. I'm here with you,
I mean,
right?
it's not
Shivers, shivers.
I mean, I'm not.
Though I do wish to keep a low profile, as Shivers. Yeah, we can make a slight detour.
It's a slight detour.
It's a slight detour.
That's all.
It's a slight detour.
What's it going to take? An hour? How hard is it to beat up a priest?
It's like, yeah.
How hard is it to beat up this priest?
How
It
about
would
that?
be hard because he likes to be beaten up.
That is the bad thing.
Wait, why
Like,
don't we
what,
compliment
in
him?
the sauna or something?
Yeah, why don't we just make his day
Sacrilege.
so comfortable?
Yes.
he also wants that
Considered
too.
it for a moment.
Wait, he wants
And-
that too? Wait,
Yeah.
do you want to kill him?
Oh no, I want to kill him.
Here's the thing.
Is
thing.
what-
He was wearing
Mhm.
a circlet of anti-mind reading, or whatever it was. He didn't want me to read his mind, so something else is going on there.
Well, he doesn't want anyone to read his mind if he's
Anyone.
not there.
Of
And,
course.
like,
That
there's
is-
something about the way that
I get to keep the ring.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Was it a ring?
So about
Nope,
the
it's mine.
like so
Ring
what
of
you
mind
were-
shielding or mind blanking, one of the two.
It's
Come on.
the ring of mind shielding.
Shielding, yep.
I thought it was a circlet. That was my
I
word.
know.
Sorry.
something really creepy about like where his brain went after we started talking about Skym's wife that makes me want to like actually kill him. So
Okay,
Okay,
if we're going
okay,
around
look.
taking out like religious people of power, we're
Yeah.
just going to have to do
That
this
sounds
under
like
the cover of
demerits.
night.
Remember, we were here for wait, no, this isn't in a dwarven city though. So the magistrate
yes,
This isn't.
don't care.
that is
The murder's game.
the
Oh, murder's
argument I
game.
was trying to make because I was about to say they were saying really prejudiced things about dwarves.
Just so you know, the chat has spoken and you are going to the Church of Elmater.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
We did.
but they
We did
already
the pivot
know.
into this. Yes.
I'm
They
just
had
making
our
sure
back.
you guys don't get too involved in arguing against it because
Oh no.
Oh, we were all
Nobody was
for it.
arguing against it, John.
Yeah.
You're right.
Once I noticed that the chat vote was final, I was like, and now the character learns.
We can talk our way
We did
into
the
this.
turn. Let's go kill this priest.
Great.
Punch a god and
Murder
kill a
him.
priest. But before we do, we can go find that out after our break if you'd like. It's actually break time.
Yeah, we can do the break now.
Yeah.
God, I love an army of angry
Yeah,
orphans.
let's do our 2-minute break now.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys, and we'll discover what's going on.
Realistically speaking, though, if the orphans were filtered into the context of that church, they probably would want to find non-violent ways of rectifying and getting justice.
Right.
Or we
discussion.
find out they're all like latent telekinetics, and they just scanners this guy all at the
Oh,
same
it would be
time.
so
Yeah, but like I really do. Feel
Like, if there were a
Young is
dozen
young,
Guys,
2
kind of-
dozen carries.
These are such good
all in
ideas
one room.
that John could totally just take during our
I
intermission.
know
So
what's
let's keep
going
going
on
on.
already. so-
There's yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys at intermission. Bye bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are investigating what is going on with the Church of Ilmater. Previously in the episode, we visited the Church of Ilmater, where they viciously spoke to our former character, the High Priest, High Flagellant Hieronymus, was very cruel to Skimmerhorn as a child, and does not seem to have changed, and is continuing to do so to another entire generation, right? So it has been decided before going and finding what has happened to Gwyn's father Darius, we are going to look into what's going on in the Church of Ilmater. So it's Abby outside of town. Stone walls, 2 stone buildings, a dormitory, and then the main church. Question, Finn.
Yeah, it's still outside of town, even though the old town site was destroyed because of a volcanic explosion, and this building still stands. So when the town was rebuilt, they rebuilt it in the same spot and not around the stuff that's still standing? Pedantic, but my mind wants to know.
Yes, they rebuilt it in the same spot.
Okay, cool.
Using the wreckage and stuff of what remained.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Yes. So maybe not the wisest thing, but they're tough, not smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they keep rebuilding New Orleans. It's a terrible joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's implying that New Orleans is not smart.
No, I know. I regretted it immediately. Please don't hate and cancel me.
Prosperous, wonderful.
No, it's just the levees and shit. Never mind. I'm not going to dig myself a deeper hole. So you are you're outside this act, right? It's outside of town. It was outside the lava flow. It is very, again, Spartan, and it's evening prayer is happening. As the sun is beginning to fall, the temperature is dropping, right? It was already cold, but now that the sun is falling, it's getting to like below 0 Fahrenheit sort of temperatures, right? The moon is huge already, even here at twilight. And you can see why the priests, the Temple of Saloon has such worship, and you can actually see a bolt of pure moonlight coming up from the rebuilt Temple of Saloon in town center, right? But you're here, and the darkness and squalor is the wrong word, but I'm going to use it, of the Ilmatiri Abbey. You hear the toning of religious droning going on, and you know that they're busy. So you have a choice here. You can go in and confront them, or you can sneak in and see if there's any evidence of what's happening. You can try to interrogate somebody. There's a lot of choices. And you guys can discuss it, but actually also chat can discuss what they think would be a good choice. What were you saying, Zeke?
I was just saying, is Faye with us? We haven't spoken about Faye at all today. Fate.
Fate,
I call
you're
him
right.
Faye.
Fate has been wandering the town and saying to himself, "Oh, we could rebuild the wall here, and like it would be great." And he's been distracted and weirdly bubbly. He's got expertise in building things, and he's sat and been teaching some dwarven techniques to the weavers here, and even knitted somebody a scarf that needed one. He's just been sort of going off and doing his own thing. Fate will join up with you. Fate is a young dwarf they saved from Karkotun that was living a drudgery life of weaving. And he says, "So we are infiltrating a church, are we?"
Brought the kid.
Oh, he has the right to be here.
Indirectly, well, now very directly, severed our tie with a very good friend of ours.
Oh no! I hope you're all right. It's never the best thing.
He's no longer here, but they're all right.
I'm confused, but I think that's the nature of things.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Trust
It
me.
is.
So it's just like, if we're gonna do it, it's just a quick get in, get out type of job. Crack his neck, slice his throat, chop his kneecaps, and then
You're
get out on.
assassinating somebody?
Ooh,
No.
baby, starling, darling,
No.
little one. Who brought you?
I don't do quiet.
But it
Well.
has to be a painless death because we don't want him to have what he wants.
We don't have to
Is
kill him, though.
incinerating in a sudden fireball painless because it's so quick?
I don't think you'd
Yeah,
have time to
I
feel
think
anything.
it's poetic.
Yeah?
What if...
Okay, so I'm still in the running for this.
I mean, we could also not, like, just straight up, kill him. We could, like, find a way to punish him that isn't punishment, right?
Okay,
thought
but
we
here's
were
the thing. You
killing
said that punishment doesn't work, and then I was like, well, then let's make him comfortable. And you were like, no, he'll lack that. So, like, What
He seems to like a
what?
lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
So if he can't like or feel anything anymore and is just done, I feel like that's the best way of dealing with him.
So poison?
true, then we'll be murderers, though. We won't be, like, you know, stopping someone who did something bad in the face of a lawful good community. We'll just be a bunch of murderers who stumbled into town and murdered the fuck out of a priest who was apparently
You look
a good
accidental.
man.
Not if he just ate something.
Well, I mean, so you're saying poison is one. We could poison him.
Yes.
Okay. We can go in all quiet, like, and see what he did, and then show that to people, right? That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. What are you saying?
Wait, no, never mind. I'm too tiny.
I'm not.
I was gonna say I could pretend to be him and then do something like awful, because I can change what I look like, but I can't change my height like that.
When can't you just change into some form of wild beast and maul him to death? And
Oh, that's an accident. Yeah. What if? Okay, wait.
He did cast a 5th level spell, y'all.
No,
Remember, I tried to test the waters. With
Okay, I
enemies
have an
from the
idea.
grass.
I have an idea, because we do know that he's not going to be just some simple thing. But
It's like-
we need to isolate him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we write a letter. He needs to go to some distant relative to collect inheritance, to then be distributed, obviously, through the Church of Ilmater.
Would you have to invest a small amount
Then,
of money to
when
gain access to that money?
disguises as a horse to be
Okay.
hired for the journey,
Uh-huh.
and then somewhere later on down the road, in a very quiet corner of the world, they are beset upon by the 4 of us.
I
So what you're saying is
don't hate this.
we Don Quixote this motherfucker.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Don Quixote.
But yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's my idea. That's what I got. What do you
Okay.
got?
We could also just wait until he's alone in his room and then kill him there. But
That makes sense, honestly. I'm not involved in that plan, though. So
No,
didn't hear
that's
that.
like you.
I believe
I don't do quiet.
that the decision has to come from Skym, maybe? Since
What?
this is his.
Oh yeah.
He's not, like- I mean, he just can't just, like, show up whenever he wants or whatever.
You can't?
You can't just summon him.
Wait,
or
no,
like
okay,
pray
oh,
to
really?
him. Or
I got a question
Oh.
for you.
Oh,
You could wait. No.
Overly complicated scam. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. but the vote option, overly complicated scam, literally made me uncontrollably laugh out loud. I'm sorry. Please continue.
oh wow, we already have 5 votes for anyway, I just started blasting, so.
I'm so glad everyone watches It's Always Sunny in the chat. So why don't wait? No.
I really want to bring up the fact that, like, yes, they're doing the penance for their god, but if they find out somebody enjoys it, like,
Yeah.
are they in the words of, well, things that I've said before, would that be kink shaming him, or would they acknowledge that they're being taken advantage of?
I thought this was revenge.
Yeah.
I know, but like,
Also,
he can still get embarrassed. I think he just like
Wait, no. If we're doing this on behalf of Skym, Euclid, I have a couple questions for you. All right.
oh,
so
yeah, what?
When we first met you,
Uh-huh.
you were like, Skim's right here. You can talk to him. we
Yeah,
didn't
no,
talk
you
to
could totally,
Skym
yeah, ask him whatever you want.
Well, you got a lot more that you're dealing with in your life.
Yeah, things are so strange there.
So I'm just curious if you're opening yourself up to certain influences for the good of all of us, are you not opening yourself up to other influences?
Oh. Well, fair. Ha. Look. I think... Look, I guess we're taking too long with this.
What's
I think it's
it
just
like
time
being alone with your thoughts,
to just
Euclid?
go in with this and do it, right? I think we just go all guns blazing, right? Just tear through that door, throw that man down to the floor and just take him out, right?
It sounds.
If that's what you feel.
That's what I'm feeling. That's what
All
Skym
right.
feels, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean,
I'm more
divining
interested
it.
in what Euclid feels like right now.
Yeah,
I'm
Euclid feels the
interested.
same way.
Great.
All right.
How are we going to survive this? How we survive in everything, I guess. By
I'm
the skin of our teeth.
You can't kill me. It's me. All of
Alright.
us are like.
So there's an evening mass happening. Are you guys just gonna like run in and be like, "You fucker, die"? Like, what are you doing?
An evening mass. Can't we wait? If there's an evening mass, soon there will not be an evening mass and everybody will abscond.
Great, correct.
So we'll wait just maybe a few moments, listen to his trolling. It'll give us even more
That
reason
doesn't
to kill
sound
him.
like in any way I just started blasting to me. That's all.
Yeah,
And then
that's the
they'll start
problem.
blasting.
I think we all walk in individually. Who's got the most? And here's the question: who's got the best opening? Guys, wait, hold on, wait,
Oh,
stop.
hey.
I just had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if all of us plan exactly what we're gonna do in a certain sort of order?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if we just like hit them with everything all at once? We walk in like nothing's gonna happen, and then bang.
And then damn.
So, like, my big thing is big.
So it looks
and
like
should
divine
probably be
intervention.
last. What?
So it looks like a divine intervention.
Yeah, I can do radiant damage.
I can do radiant damage.
We'll do radiant damage to make it look like divine intervention.
Can I see inside right now at our target?
You could sneak and look.
I can sneak.
Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So Walker, you crawl up to a window, make a stealth check with advantage.
With advantage.
The difficulty is
is-
12.
Oh, well, I rolled a 14,
more
so...
than
me.
Darn it. So you go up to the window, and there is a young gentleman, late teens probably, 15, 16, so mid-teens, that is lying on that stone altar, and the priest, Hieronymus, is holding a nasty, serrated dagger. And he is saying, this blood and suffering brings us closer to everything. And he lightly cuts in a way that is clearly agonizing but causes little harm. Much pain, little harm. And the young boy is gritting his teeth, holding his mouth closed, doing everything he can to make no noise and to just let the suffering flow through.
Oh, goodness, part of me wants to just throw a knife right now. Whatever we decide right now.
Okay.
What if like, since he was able to kind of blast my little Fey boys, what if it's not powerful enough? Like, what if we don't hit him hard enough? We should probably get rid of the necklace first.
What necklace?
Right.
Or ring.
Oh,
His mind.
Oh.
Do you think we could find out what he is?
What I'm most
taking
afraid
that ring
for
off his dead
is
body.
making sure that none of his little cohorts or any of the children run to his aid. I don't want any of them to get into the
we're not hurting
crossfires.
any of the disciples. Just
Yes. Just
Sure.
him. Correct?
no matter what they do. And look,
Fair.
here's the thing.
Walker, could you get his hand
If
off?
they're sad about him dying, wouldn't that be a kind of suffering?
Could I get his what?
That's what they want, right?
Just saying,
Just hand.
for future use.
Just
that
cut
would've
off
been
his
really
hand.
good. You
What
could
kind
have
of
convinced them that. Anyway,
What?
I cast Hypnotic Pattern. I just gotta start blasting.
In the room.
Yeah.
Great. So the room fills up. What is your hypnotic pattern in this case?
It is just Skim's face, just sort of like smiling.
Great.
Yeah, like, hi, hello, how are you? I'm so glad to
That's
see you.
lovely.
Yeah.
The priest is totally unaffected, as is his second in command,
Mhm.
a woman that is wearing the woman that was in the wool, the horsehair, right?
Mhm.
But many of the others look at Skym and start cowering, saying, "Oh no, they're playing their influence," and such things like that, right?
Mhm.
And the priest, Hieronymus, says, "I had thought it would be as such. Why do you not show yourselves? Children! We shall end Mass early. You shall go to bed. But you, Bob and Jim, with your normal names, you stay here and see what happens."
Thank you, John. I'm gonna take a moment. Thank you.
Just so everyone
shit.
knows, Zeke, why don't you share with the chat?
I kept trying to spell Finn's dad's name like 8 times.
Gaffalator. How do you spell
Gaffalator.
gaffalator?
Go ahead, chat. Can you spell Gaffalator for us?
Sounds like
Right
Dora.
answers only. Like, just go for it. Like, I really need you to do this, and I'm gonna wait until I see what a few of those answers, because goddamn it,
I appreciate also that Roger Twee did Bob and Jim.
him. Wow.
Wow.
He's a great.
God,
He's a
they're
great.
You guys
I
really
love
are
them.
going for the
Oh, thank you so
fantasy.
much.
Oh,
Oh,
This
you
is so
guys just showed
vindicating.
up. Roger and I have been doing this the whole stream.
oh, I know. I've been lurking.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Thank you guys.
I've been running a game,
Thank
so
I had to make both Carter and John spell it for me like 8 times, and my roll was
It
like,
is spelled
Sorry, I didn't mean to, this is an
G-A-F-A.
intense scene, and I didn't mean to completely derail it. Let's come back. Let's come back.
no. I want to. I feel like I need to ride you just
Okay.
like a minute longer. This has happened so many goddamn times when I'm trying to tweet something out, and I'm like, oh, is it spelled like this one? You're like, no, absolutely not. That's not true. How would you ever think that? And I'm like, I mean, come on, man. It's just there's no English. I can't. It's
Can I
all.
write the correct spelling in the chat now?
Please do share it, everyone. Also, but is the best answer. Thanks, you, Ryan.
Later.
There we go. That's it. It is.
I got you.
Yeah. Dear God, sorry to like ride you that long, but now everyone's name is Jim or Bob. That's it. That's everyone's name.
Normal names.
You walk. Do you guys walk into the church?
Oh, hell yeah.
Great. So
Mhm.
he's there. There's 4 of them, right?
Oh.
There's 2 17-year-old young men covered in scarification, right? Bare-chested, with their whips in their hand. There is the woman that walked you in meekly before, standing, holding her hands clasped in prayer. And there's Hieronymus still holding the serrated blade. And he says, "Do you truly wish to go against a known god of goodness? Is that where you wish to place yourself now, Skym? Truly in the claws of evil?"
Are you fucking God? I didn't know.
"I am the servant of his, yes."
Yeah.
there's only one?
No, that's not how that works. I know you have an accessory that allows you to do a little bit of that, but like, no, dude. This person's got a very, very linear track comparatively.
If we must fight, then we must fight.
What's your other goal? Just negging us to
You're
death?
hurting children for the greater good?
Correct.
What's good about that? Plain
Killing
and
my
simple.
rats?
That's it.
he picks up a holy book that is the wages of suffering is what is written on the front of it, and he says, "I follow this to the letter," and he hands it to Jim, and Jim walks over and hands it to one of you, and he says, "I dare you. I challenge you. Find something within that holy work that I am going against."
You getting off to it. Because, I've read this book. I've read this book a few times. So, buddy, no.
So how does this end?
So anyways, I start blasting.
Hold on. No. Let's start this. I've known you for years. Allow me to shake your hand. Before we begin this.
He says, "Of course. Are you doing something deceptive? Are you using this as an excuse to get close to him?"
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a spell magic on his ring.
Great. But so in that case, you need to make a deception check.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Not
wanted
the
to tell
ring.
that story.
Not the
Oh, he
ring.
rolls poorly.
That's my
Good.
That's my loot.
You're gonna be just fine, buddy. We'll
Spell
find.
magic is temporary on magic items, I believe.
Okay.
Cool. That's a math 20, my friend.
Great. So he says, "Of course. Make an insight check yourself."
Insight. Probably good. Oh, I rolled the same number twice, but with a different thing. 16.
Great. He is also doing the same thing. Maybe not casting Dispel Magic, but he is using this handshake as an excuse to get close to you.
He's gonna use Dispel Evil Good. It's fine.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Skym's not currently possessing you. Am I incorrect?
He's not.
Great. So Spell Evil's not essential.
Mhm.
Great. So he walks towards you.
Remember
and
when I said so anyways I start blasting?
I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Don, I
Are
just
you
have to
actually
ask.
blasting, or are you letting them shake hands, Finn?
I wasn't gonna blast. I was gonna say, like, does that count as me saying, like, having a ready to action?
Would you like to have a ready to action?
I would.
Which is
Mm-hmm.
two of them are
Firebolt.
person to shake hands. Fireball or bolt?
Bolt.
At whom?
At the head priest, whose name escapes me.
Hieronymus.
Yeah, not Jim or Bob.
Not Jim or Bob,
Or Jim.
which is also a normal name. People have been named Hieronymus.
So, with
Hieronymus Bob.
Hieronymus,
That
if
is
he's still-
technically.
If he's still shaking the hand, does that mean that some of the worms recede in Euclid?
We'll see if they actually shake hands.
I thought Euclid just confirmed that.
They're moving towards each other right
Oh,
now.
okay. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that we're doing
Because
the
Finn
run
would have
towards
ready in
each
action
other.
if something happens, so it's we're in that moment of hands approaching, right?
Am I rolling to hit?
No.
Okay.
Is Walker readying in action?
I'm watching all of this go down.
I have
Great.
an 11.
Is Gwyn readying in action?
Gwyn is readying erupting earth to bring this building down.
Lovely. All right, so, and then before anything else happens, let's get initiative so we can just keep moving as the scene happens.
Gwyn got an 11.
Oh.
Finn has a 14.
Shivers got an 11.
I'm willing to have 30 more kids. Like, turning out
So
just fine.
I'm gonna put Shivers after Gwyn because you always want to go right after the healer, just so you know. What's up with Euclid?
I got 11. And
Wild.
mine is straight.
Everybody but Finn?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put you last then, Euclid.
Mm-hmm.
You were the last to say 11.
So that's actually my rule with my kids. If you tie, it's whoever says first.
Yep.
Because I want them to go fast. All right. So as you approach and begin to cast a spell magic on the ring, you see something moving of its own accord, and one of the whips that he had on the table nearby swoops up and immediately wraps you up and grapples and restrains you. And at that moment, I believe the readied firebolt wants to go off.
Yes, it does. That is low. That's only a 15.
That is going to ricochet off his skin as though it hit metal.
So it
And he
doesn't hit.
says, "Faithful, destroy her." Finn, you have the first action.
What? At 14?
Yes.
Okay. How close
Everybody
am
else in
I?
your party rolled 11. Fun fact, so did they.
Cool. It's a lot of 11s.
Yep. And I'm cheating and having them go first.
Wow. Okay. So, how far am I from the priest?
I'm going to say all of you except for Euclid are 30 feet away, unless
Okay.
you'd like to have been closer. And
No,
then he is
perfect.
right next to them.
How close is he to Jim and Bob?
Next to them.
Next to them.
And the
How?
woman is maybe 10 feet away.
10 feet away. You don't have evasion, do you, Euclid? No, you're a warlock now. You're not a monk. Okay, great. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile at a 2nd level. As soon as I find my D4. Nuh-uh, there you go. 4, 6, 8, 10 plus 4. So that's 14 force damage.
Right?
And then I'm going
No,
to
no.
spend 2 sorcery points
Sorry. 14 force damage to whom?
to the priest.
Great. What do your magic missiles look like? I want to describe all this as a hand.
My magic missiles are certainly like dragon teeth, just like
Great.
shooting forth from. And I have this new focus. It's the blood vial. So I wear it sort of as a necklace. It would be under this scarf. I pull it out. There's a fair amount of blood in it, and then attached to it is like this weird purple diamond that you swear has like some eyes that sort of just like grow and then pop within it. And from that, shoot forward these 4 red dragon teeth. Then I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points. Bonus action, quicken spell.
Right. Let's do the magic missile first, because this is important. So the dragon teeth lash out and they slice into him, but it immediately disappears.
He doesn't take force damage?
The make a intelligence check.
Intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 12
Save throw.
minus 2, 10.
Great. You have no idea. Maybe he doesn't take force damage. You said it was 14 then? Why
Yeah.
doesn't everybody else make intelligence saving throws at this moment?
Let's see.
Saving throw? Oh, I'm not proficient in one.
Not you,
Oh,
not you.
well, I would do it, but there's no point. That is
17.
intelligence.
Best one.
Gwen,
19.
Gwen, this is an illusion. This is not his real form.
That's a powerful
Figured you
illusion.
couldn't get something like that up.
That's a real powerful illusion.
Guys, it's bullshit.
Great.
Okay.
So now this happens, and it barely seems to affect him, right? In fact, he ignores it. You got your quicken spell. What's that?
I'm
Hit the boys.
hit the
Boys, don't hit the
No!
Knock 'em
boys.
out. It's fine. Just knock 'em out.
No. Look, I already said I was gonna quicken spell. I'm gonna do it. It's too late. I firebolt the illusion, and because I quicken spell from the little purple crystal attached to my blood vial, a tentacle just shoots out and slaps him. He's got to make, I believe it's a dex save.
Fails the dex save.
Okay. So he's gonna take 3d6
Mhm.
on top. Well, okay, so that is, I mean, it doesn't matter. And I definitely would hit because that is a 25 to hit.
Great. So the bolt of fire splashes into him and does absolutely nothing. But the far realm damage, right? There is a deep thunk. How much damage was the far realm damage?
Far Realm was 9.
9? There's a deep thunk, and that clearly has injured him. Right? But again, his form doesn't change, right? You can tell whatever has hit him is hurt him, but it is not apparent. And you think that the ring is the source of both this illusion and all of this, right?
Well, necrotic, I mean, like, something that is like anti-life seems to affect him, I guess.
Yep,
Maybe.
necrotic worked. I mean, maybe not like he was vulnerable to it, but your force damage worked too, but you're just now paying attention to it now that you know it's fake, right? The fire did not affect it.
Fire, no. Oh, that's a shame. That was so much damage.
I'm
It
sorry.
was 20.
Oh man.
All right, that was Finn. So he says, boys, the spellcaster, get him. And the two monks rush forward and are coming at you, Jim and Bob. They are each making several unarmed strikes. What's your armor class again?
Currently, it's 17.
Great. Bam, bam, bam. The first one just misses you on all 3 hits. Clang, 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 clang. Against your various things. You dodge out of the way. The second one manages to punch you twice.
What was the highest he hit?
The highest was a 19.
Oh, I shield.
So dragon scale comes up and his fists clang off of it.
Can I go?
The woman
Kids.
reaches into her robe and pulls out a horrifying, blood-stained spiked chain, dripping with fresh blood somehow. And she says, "Supper! Supper!" and slashes it at Euclid. Euclid, what's your armor class?
Not great. Sorry, I should have these things more readily in front of me. Oh, that's not true anymore. I think it's 13. Let's just say 13 for now.
Great, you're getting hit once.
Okay.
And the spiked chain seems to move of its own accord. Oh, you're restrained, so this has advantage.
Yeah.
You only hit once.
Mm-hmm.
And this chain wraps you up as well, seemingly moving also of its own accord. You're going to take 11 slashing damage, and you're grappled again. Also, it's piercing into you. At the start of your turn, you'll take some damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then finally, he steps forward and pulls out the priest pulls out his horrifying dagger, and it elongates into a full-length longsword in his hand, and he says, "Suffer and cry," and he's going to slash at Euclid again. This is with advantage, so those two, you are hit all 3 times, and it is a hard show. Each hit does 21 damage.
I'm out. I'm down.
And as it flashes, for a moment, you see brilliant red wings pierce through the illusion. Gwyn, make a religion check. Anybody can make a religion check, but Gwyn's the one that might succeed.
That makes the most sense.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll with advantage on that. We're gonna go with 15.
15?
Yeah.
The red wings do it. The illusions, the red wings, the interest in suffering. You don't know how long, but this man is a devil. Specifically in Erangis, one of the furies that are sadists and wrathful demons. And if that's the case, this chain that moves of its own accord, his second in command is a chain devil. And all of these are cultists,
And you said the
unwittingly bound through a false version of the teachings of Ilmater to follow through and create and bring more suffering into the world, not less.
you said chain, right?
The woman is a chain devil, apparently. It would be your guess. This also makes sense for the fire immunity.
Yeah. Doesn't. And you were saying radiant wasn't hitting them before, or did I mishear that?
No. Force hit him. It just didn't mar the illusion.
That makes sense. That makes more sense. I think that was a need of clarification.
I never
Yeah,
did
fine.
radiant.
Alrighty.
So that was that. So Gwyn, it is your turn.
Oh, do I still have to do my ready to action with that newfound knowledge?
No.
Oh,
What
no.
was your ready to action before? We actually should have had it.
I was actually gonna cast Erupting Earth, assuming that he was just a regular.
Right.
You know.
Do you want to? You could do that for free or not. We can bring this whole thing crashing down.
Oh yeah,
all of you.
bring it crashing down. I'm
So
I'm.
Erupting Earth.
It's worth
shatters out. That's Xanathar's, right? It's
yes.
One of their spells I don't know.
I can read. So I can read a bit of it if you'd like.
I'll have it in a second, but you can read it as well if you'd like.
I just need you to succeed a dex above 16.
On all of them or just him?
The area is a 20 foot cube.
So you could hit all of them and Euclid, but Euclid's unconscious anyway. So
that's fine. I can always grab him out later.
The Aranese succeeds. The Hieronymus succeeds.
Okay.
The Chain Devil fails. And the monks, one passes, one fails.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 3d12 right now, and anyone that failed is gonna get half that damage.
Great. Anyone that failed gets half the damage? Why only half?
Half damage, and anyone that succeeds is gonna get full damage.
You mean the other way around? Those who succeeded the saving throws take half.
Yeah.
No, or have as much damage as a successful one for the failed throw.
Right. Those who fail take half damage.
Yes, I said it backwards. Now I understand.
You did. That's why I was very confused. I was like, that's weird.
I agree.
That means I have one failure, yes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't take fail. So let me know what that 3d12 is.
I just need to roll it. I got 15, 19, 15? And 24. Let's add that up. Sorry, I'm not good at this.
Isn't it 3d12?
It's 3d12, yeah.
You said 15 plus 19 plus 24?
It was... No, I rolled 3d12.
Okay, what was it?
It was... I just said the results. I'm sorry, I didn't write that down. I'm being really bad right now. Sequentially, all together, it's 20... That can't be right.
Right. That's
24 for 3d12 makes sense.
Let's do 24. Let's do 24 so we can keep moving. 24 makes sense for 3d12.
Yeah.
So 24 damage. So the Aranese takes 12 and is at 118. The Chain Devil takes 24 and is at 61. Both one monk takes 24 and is at 36. The other takes 12 and is at 48. As the bones of the earth shatter from the ground and smash into them. Gwyn, that was your ready action. You still have your actual turn now.
Yes, and my action is going to be Moonbeam. That still works.
Yes.
Correct? Yes, I just because it's a transmutation, so we're totally.
So the roof is shivered open and shattered, and you see gold spilling from the room above you. The room above you, of course, being the high priest's chambers. And it seems that when you erupted it, the gold that he's been hoarding that was meant to help people is spilling into the room.
Of course.
But it opens up to the sky, and you pull forth a beam of pure, true moonlight. I'm going to give them disadvantage on their saves because you're actually underneath the moon in a place that is sacred, in an area that is sacred to the moon. So they have disadvantage on their saves. What is the radius on Moonbeam? 10 feet?
Fudge. The range is let me double check.
No, the
I was
radius.
Totally wrong about the spell. The radius is 40 feet. No, it's hard.
40 feet?
Range
is 40
is
feet on
12,
Moonbeam?
5 feet area. It's a 5 feet area.
5 feet area. Great. That can hit the monks and Hieronymus because they're all next to you. No. The monks ran forward. That can hit either both monks or Hieronymus. Who would you like to hit?
Hieronymus, and it's going to be 22.
Great. He fails his save because of disadvantage. 22 damage.
Yes.
And is at 94. 98.
I was 1 d12 off. I could have just looked at D&D Beyond. I just don't trust it.
You're totally fine. It happens. Okay, so Shivers.
All right. I rolled pretty high on that thing too, so I'm pretty sure I know that that's a not a real lady. So I'm going to bonus action hide first.
Great. Stealth check DC to hide from the Chain Devil was only 11. To hide from the special Aranese is 18.
Well, it's due to let's see. Where's oh, that's easy. That's 19.
19?
Yeah.
All right, so you're hidden. So you're sneaking around through the different pews, curling around near the cubicles of suffering. Are you trying to get that Chain Devil?
Yes, I am.
Great.
Yes, and I want to pop up from behind her and slash her with my scimitar.
Great. With your scimitar, not your psychic blade?
Well, I mean, I won't be able to bonus action make a second attack because I already used it to hide.
And the scimitar is slightly better. You're right.
See? So that means let's see, to attack. That's going to be
16, and you roll with advantage because you're hidden.
Well, I rolled a 17, so there's that.
Great. So you leap up behind and slash with your scimitar. The illusion falls, and what you see is a figure covered in scars and welts and cuts, wrapped head to toe in chains, with a horribly disfigured face that you cannot quite make out for all the chains binding it together. And the chains themselves are writhing like living snakes all up and down her body with hooks and other sorts of and she's bleeding constantly, herself seeming to be in unending pain.
Gross. She also took 24 points of damage.
24. She is at 37 remaining hit points, and she says, "You will be bound." And that at that point, now that the illusion is fallen, you see in her eyes your brother's eyes. You recognize them immediately. It is your brother wrapped up in all those chains. Can you make a DC 14 Wisdom save?
And here I thought whips and chains excited me. I'm going to use that. What's it called? Okay.
Timeless.
18. What was it? Wisdom?
18. Yeah, you're fine. You are not frightened. Good news.
Woo-hoo.
All right, Euclid. You are bound up and unconscious.
Death saving throw. No one hit me, please. That's a 5. Fuck. All right, almost dead. I am almost dead.
I think doing like almost 50 damage myself, I have to come collect you now.
Please, someone come collect me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I am dying. I'm gonna be blacked out on the screen. Just letting you know. That's all.
We'll see you in a
Go
second.
to the pee-pee hole.
The pee-pee hole with ya.
Kind of pee-pee hole. Finn, it's your turn.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is can I run to Euclid without creating an opportunity attack?
Unfortunately not. You've got 2 melee fighters right on top.
Okay, so I'm going to disengage.
Great.
Run towards Euclid and then use my sorcery points to quicken spell the last cure wounds I have on my ring of spell storing.
I am not sure if that works. RAW, but we're going to say yes.
Okay. Yes.
We'll look it up. Ring of spell storing and metamagic, we need to look up. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can metamagic. It's like, I feel like there's no magic items rule.
Figure it out. Right now, do it.
Okay, cool. So where's my D8? That's 8. So Euclid's up for 12.
So you pull the cure wounds out of the ring and heal.
And that's the last one I have.
But
also, since I didn't use my Far Realm thing as the spell focus, so never mind.
You would also be hitting him because the Far Realm thing targets the target of the spell.
Oh,
So don't do that.
No, I thought you got to choose.
I'm pretty sure if you use meta magic, I might be confusing with one of the other ones. We'll look it up.
Rules is cool.
Rules is
Rules
cool.
as cool.
Less
That's
rules
true.
is cool.
Always.
Great.
Why not?
So, great. So, that brings us to Finn. Finn healed you, Euclid. You're up at 12. Devils are going to go. The chain devil now that she's revealed is just going to start tearing chains off of her, and they explode in a terrifying aura all around her. She summons forth 4 more chains that she can use to start doing many more attacks on people. If she is allowed to live. The Aranyes now, his illusion drops, and he appears as an absolutely stunning porcelain-faced woman with her mouth twisted in absolute sadistic hatred. And the sword is still there, glimmering with hellfire and dripping with poison. And she says, "It has been too long since I have been able to just indulge in pure suffering. I look forward to your terrible, painful deaths. Dispater will gain so much from your burning sorrow." She's going to slash at Gwyn. Nobody's next to her, right? Euclid's down. There's no melee people next to her. So she's going to flap forward on red wings and land in front of you, Gwyn.
Wait. Aren't I in front of her? Didn't I just attack?
You attacked the chain devil.
Oh, never mind.
This is the Aranyes. And she is slashing 3 times at Gwyn. Gwyn, you're being hit once for 21 damage, 8 slashing, 13 poison. But she only hit once. The martial artists are going to continue. They're going to continue following her orders, and smash at Finn. Finn, one of them is getting a 20 on their first attack.
Yeah, I'll shield.
Great. What is your shield? Brings you to 22.
Yes.
You are hit once.
Okay.
One of the fists gets through, shatters through your magic. What's up?
I have poison resistance.
You have poison resistance?
Yes,
Great.
because of Frigga.
You're correct. So it's not 13 poison damage. It is 14 damage total.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I had to jump in there for a second.
You're fine.
No, I'm glad you did.
You're going to take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
But also you need to make a DC 13 Constitution save.
Is this against poison?
It is not. It's against being stunned.
Okay. Con save?
Yep.
18 plus 5, 23.
Great. You are not stunned by the monk's strike.
How much was the bludgeoning?
7 bludgeoning damage.
Thank you.
All right, Gwyn.
Whoa.
She's in your face. So, also, you have a weeping, horrifying wound. At the beginning of your turn, you take 5 slashing damage.
Awesome. All right.
So you're healed.
I am healed?
Until you're healed. That wound goes away if you receive any healing.
God, I have such an ability to just fuck shit up, but right now I'm gonna have to help myself out. I'm gonna go revive a buddy that can kick as much ass. So I'm gonna go fly over to grab Euclid at the moment, and
Euclid's up.
Oh, Euclid is up.
I ran in to get Euclid up.
14. So I'll help with that boost on a bonus action instead. I'm just gonna cast Move again. I haven't broken that concentration.
You don't need to cast it. You can just. It's actually still on. It's just on him.
It is.
It happens at the start of his turn.
Refocusing to her now.
She moved to you. So you need to move the moonbeam, which I think is an action.
Yep.
Great. So you pull the moonbeam over. She is in it again. And the brilliant beam of Saloon's moonlight burns him again. Roll that.
It's gonna be 13.
13?
Yes.
All right.
My bonus action is gonna be Balm of Summer Court on Euclid, though.
86 remaining hit points in the Aranyes.
And you're gonna get, let's see how I do. I'm gonna spend 3 since you need it anyway. Sorry. 1 second.
You're fine.
I have to roll it manually because it doesn't have it on the 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Great. We are at Shivers.
Okay, so I'm still at little girl. So this time I'm going to slash with my psychic claw daggers.
Right.
Let's see.
The purple beams of light appear at the end of each of your fingers, and you slash and claw. She is. You're currently nobody else is engaged with her, which means you won't get your sneak attack.
Yeah, I know.
You might consider. Oh God! If you step back and she hits, you get restrained, and you won't get your sneak attack either.
And there's that too.
You could bonus action disengage and go attack Hieronymus and get your sneak attack, or either of the monks.
You know, that might be a better plan of action. So I am going to bonus action disengage with this Flareon girl and attack the priest.
Great, so you slip over, you come up behind the glorious red wings and the black lacquered armor of the Aryans.
And try to drive my what's it called in?
Great.
Because I bonus action. Scimitar, yeah.
Great. Roll an attack. Not advantage, but yes, sneak attack. AC 18.
Let's see. That is a 19 to hit. Actually, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits. You stab through the armor. It makes a chunk sound.
A chunk.
Black blood begins to spew from the wound all over your blade.
And that is 25 damage.
25. She is at 61. And she says, "Your suffering shall please disfavor. As does mine. The more you harm me, the more glory to my God." To my leader, it's not a god. This is Archdevil. Great. So that was Shivers. Euclid, you're up. Great. Gets advantage, but still fails. 2 6s on that roll. Gets to a 14. Okay, that fails. Great. The armor rusts and bends, and you see that the armor is actually part of her physical form. She's not wearing armor. Part of her is armor. 34. She is at 27 remaining hit points. And she says, "Kill me, and I but go back to the hells. And I will seek you out, Euclid, and I will make you suffer for your indignities."
Let's go back to the hells.
That was Euclid. We're at Finn.
I can't heal anymore. It was like a one-off thing for me. Also, everybody should run now.
That evasion.
We're defending
Throw
the
it on
forces of good and evil, man.
Run.
Well, Finn, it is your. Euclid, you want to? She'll get an attack of opportunity. Yeah. No, she moved. You're right. She moved. You're right. You can move. You want to go outside? Got it. Well, Fireball, both the Chain Devil and the Aranese are immune to it.
It's not Fireball.
Right.
Oh, no,
Finn, what
I gotta
you
go.
doing?
Okay, so first, after yelling, "Everybody get out of here," I am going to fire or use 2 sorcery points to fire bolt. Big Bad.
Immune to fire.
I know. I don't care. So I'm actually going to go right next to her, right?
You've got 2 monks on you. They will both get attacks of opportunity.
Sure.
Great. One of them gets a 21. Do you shield?
Nah.
Great. He punches you, and as you do, your head rings.
Wait, no. Didn't I already shield? So I still technically...
Until the beginning of your next turn.
Beginning of my next turn. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'll take it.
Great. DC 13 con save.
Okay. 15.
Great. So you're not stunned, but you do take 7 damage. You
Okay.
go up right next to Hieronymus.
Yes, and then I'm going to Firebolt. I know it has disadvantage. I don't care because it won't do damage. But Hieronymus still needs to make the dex save against the 3d6 necrotic.
Which she passes. So she moves with startling quickness now, and says, "You fools! Even if you defeat me here, I shall just come back and wreak even further vengeance on this town."
I go, "Get wrecked, bitch," and then I cast Sickening Radiance on myself.
Great.
30 feet from me.
Great. So I will let that hit.
Here's the thing. It does damage when you enter or at the top of your turn. They go before everybody else. If they die, or if at least Hieronymus dies, I will drop concentration on the spell. I will drop concentration on the spell when Hieronymus dies.
Great. This will catch the chain. This is
Oh,
not
yeah.
a big room. This will catch everybody but Euclid, because Euclid
Sure.
specifically stepped away. But this will catch. Everybody else is within the fray.
But if I end it before their turn, they don't need to make the con save. They don't
Great.
take damage.
Speaking of which, it is their turn right now. It's a con save.
Yes. DC is 17.
Great. The Aranese Hieronymus passes. Chain Devil fails. Monks both fail.
Okay. So
Hieronymus
then-
had advantage in +8, so was probably going to succeed. So
Yeah.
just so you know. But
Okay,
the
well
others
then
won't fail.
I am going to keep it up. I rolled rather low. I rolled 2 2s. So 16 radiant damage only to those who fail. Those who fail also take 1 level of exhaustion and emit a green light for 5 feet.
Cool. So they're covered in sickening radiance, are mildly exhausted, and you see the monks losing a bit of their fervor. They're shaking their heads a little bit like they're mind controlled, or at least indoctrinated or something, right? You heard the name Dispater, which is the lord of the second layer, Dis, who's the lord of tyranny, iron, warfare, and Perrinland.
Yeah.
The archdevil of. Great. That was the start of those devils' turn. They take that damage. None of them die. The monks are continuing their holy duty to try to take you out thin. There's 2, well, you already shielded, didn't you, when you moved? No, you didn't. There's 2 hits coming in at you right now, an 18 and a 19. You could shield to prevent them.
Yes.
Great. So then the next one would have hit you twice, and instead hits you 9. With your dragon scale shield putting in great work as they try to punch, and it keeps clanging off the dragon scale shield. All right, it is Gwyn's turn. She is they are within the sickening radiance. Are they being hit by it?
Am I gay? It's 17, right?
DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
That's what I meant. You're keeping it up. Great.
I am, because I said that
passed.
I would drop it
Fine.
when Hieronymus dies.
I didn't get hit. I'm good.
Great.
Yeah, you pass, you take nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Quick question. So, this is a bit of a weird thing to bring up right now. I lost my biggest gift from Farika, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to confirm with that because that would have been awesome right now. I'm going to I'm gonna actually just check on everybody at the moment. Does anyone need support?
Are you sure?
Because I was gonna heal you.
I'm at 37, so I'm good. I'm fine. Like I'm middling. I'll say that.
Yeah. I was
But
me too,
20 is
but I have
low.
20. It's low.
Euclid is squishy. Euclid's the only one who doesn't have AC 17.
Yeah. I
I'm
have,
saying
like, a lot of
distinctly
health.
out of character.
Tiny
No,
AC.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I only have 17 because of my mutation.
I got it because of my mutation.
I'm just good like
Not a mutation, that's growth.
That's
A tiny armor class.
heritage.
Oh yeah, you got a weeping wound. Gwyn, you take 5 damage at the start of your turn.
That's why I was asking. Thank you.
Heal yourself.
I'm gonna use freaking cure wounds on myself.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
And
That's
Euclid, know that you just got advantage from Girl Geek.
awesome. I am
Thank you.
pretty much full up at this point. I am at max health again.
Great.
And I'm also gonna use my bonus action to just be reckless. Let's get a little movement in there, and I'm gonna go in for one of those monks with my wait, can't do that. Never mind. I'm just gonna. I can still nope. Never mind. Can't do anything.
Missed something.
Nope.
Move. But makes it save against the moonbeam. But would have taken more moonbeam damage.
Yeah. And so just staying where I am and focusing is probably my best bet.
I agree.
Yeah.
The sky is open. You can call lightning.
Ooh.
I just healed myself, so I can't right now.
Right, that's true. All right, great. You did just heal yourself. Sorry. Let's move on to Shivers.
All right. So
Make that save, right?
let's make this con save first of all. That is a 14.
Oh, you fail.
I'm
So
gonna
you're gonna
subvert
take.
reality and give you another chance. Which means, John, you can give me a wild magic surge anytime you'd like.
Yep, next time you cast a spell.
Oh, thanks.
Actually,
That's so fun that mechanic forces it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's
so
the reason why I
great.
like using it so much. Is
It's
that like
really nice.
I'm like, just give me a wild magic surge, please.
It's balanced. It's
that's a proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's a thing. Okay, so that's going to be instead a 14. So thank you so much for your help.
Anytime.
Reality is set in stone, apparently.
Anytime.
so you take 17 radiant damage.
Oh God.
You have 1 level of exhaustion, so you have disadvantage on ability checks, like sneaking would be disadvantaged now. And you glow with a sickening green radiance for 5 feet, so it's
Counterintuitive
you
for
can't
me
turn
hiding.
invisible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I told you to run.
I was going to
You
run
can
now.
leave for 30 feet, and it won't affect you anymore.
Okay.
Well, except for the green light and the disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you-
After feeling so gross all of a sudden, I'm going to bonus action disengage with the priest and walk away 30 feet away from that. But I can throw this.
You can
Yeah.
tear up your claws and throw them at people, yes.
If you've ever seen My Hero, it's very Midori, just like boom. Love it. And that is, let's see, to hit.
On whom?
It's a 19 to hit.
On whom?
Hit him. Great.
On whom? On whom?
Oh, on the priest.
Great. That is a hit.
Great. And that is going to be, let's see, it's 1. That's 9 damage.
The dagger slashes out. You should have your sneak attack because it's next to Gwen.
Oh, I get sneak attack on that. Great. That is worth more damage than I thought it was going to be then. 15, a little less because I rolled 3 ones.
The Aries is at 12, and your psychic claws poke out of her back, and she bristles, and the armor closes back up, shuddering and shifting off. You see that she's losing her connection to hell, and soon will be dragged back, unable to sustain herself on this plane any longer. All right, Euclid.
Great. I'm going to hit the main person again with just 2.
Constitution. Oh no, you're
I'm
out.
out.
You're fine.
I'm out.
You're good.
And just out of spell slots also. So I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the main person.
You have a Rod of the Pact.
I've used it
It's-
already. I could
Today?
take also. Yeah, I mean that's. I just didn't declare it. I assumed we had not had a long rest in between our actual
No.
break. So, yes.
Same day.
So I don't have any more spell slots.
I forgot you the last session.
I don't have very many spell slots. I'm a warlock. It's very tiny amounts. I
Yeah.
have 2.
But she's at 12. Eldritch Blast could absolutely get her.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
She is 18.
Is 15?
18.
18.
Like,
Great.
wait.
That's fine. I got ooh, wow, I never realized how hard to read that is. 15 and a 12, both plus 7. So we're good. We're good.
The hits?
The hits. Actually, it's plus 9 because of that cool ass staff he gave me, I think. So it's good. I do 18 damage. Not much, but it's something.
There is a burst of hellfire and flame, and for a moment, you see the Iron City of Dis, a rippling portal to there, and the fire and the heat and the wails of suffering close up as she disappears, drawn away. You know this will not be the last you see of this devil.
You're a terrible father.
As this all happens, though, the body of Hieronymus falls to the ground.
Wait, so
Possession.
okay. Well then in that case I drop concentration.
Great. Concentration drops. You don't have to.
Is there another devil that's still around?
Oh, yeah, there's the chain devil.
Oh, then yeah, I'm gonna keep it up and I'm gonna make my own con save. Yeah.
Great.
Never mind.
That was you. So Finn, it's you. You can make your own con save right now.
I will. That's a 23.
Okay, I think I passed.
I love being a
Doesn't mean I'm
sorcerer.
worried.
Great. So then Chain Devil, I guess I'm running low on spell slots. But I can 2nd level magic missile.
She's at 21. That seems really solid.
Okay.
Oh, yes. The ring is still on Hieronymus' thing.
15 force damage from my 4 magic missiles because it's a 2nd level spell.
Sure.
And that is my penultimate spell slot.
Yep.
And then free action to grab the ring of the ding ding ding.
You grab the ring of the ding ding ding, and you hold the ring of mind shielding in your hand.
I put it in my pocket.
Okay, what's in its pocket? A magic ring? Just check it. So
If I would be so upset if you turned into Gollum, and then you get asked that riddle, and you go, magic ring, and then the world ends, and the Dark Lord rules, because you could guess.
I love that.
That's the feature I want.
So, great. That was Finn's turn.
Yes.
Great. Devils. So first,
Con save.
Yes, exactly. The chain devil is fine this time. One of the monks fails.
Oh no, that's 29.
Poor monkey baby.
29.
29
Goodbye,
radiant damage and another level of exhaustion.
Cool.
Which I
that
think
monk is at
means
3.
disadvantage on attack rolls.
Right.
Mm.
All right. So, the radiance is filling them all up. The Chain Devil is going to send out bursts of chains. She has 6 attacks this turn. She's going to send, what is the range on them? 10 feet. So she's going to step towards Finn and just lay into him with chains.
Lovely. I am going to drop concentration.
Great. You might not have had a choice. You're hit 3 times if you shield, 5 times if you don't.
I will use my last spell slot, which is a 3rd level spell slot, to shield.
Great. You are wrapped up in chains. You take 33 damage. You're filled with spiked chains, and if you're still grappled at the beginning of your turn, you'll take more chain damage.
I'm at 4, but I'm pretty sure she's at like 6. I say out of character with a not southern accent.
Not like 6. 6, exactly.
Okay, good.
Kill
Kill her.
Great. Then the monks are going to continue doing what they're doing. You're restrained now. They all have advantage on the 6 attacks coming at you.
But they have disadvantage because of 2nd level of exhaustion, so it's
One
just
of them is
straight.
disadvantage. So let's do him first.
Oh.
He's going to miss you.
Okay.
The other one passed.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they both failed.
You are being hit once for 7.
Damage?
Yes.
Guess who's unconscious?
You
Welcome
are.
to the club,
me.
buddy.
Yeah. Chain Devils are a favorite, and I'm so happy they're good in 5th edition because they were not the best.
Garbage.
Yeah,
They were garbage.
but in earlier editions, but I loved them in 5th. All right, so you are wrapped up in chains and dragged to the ground, and the floor around Finn begins to turn into iron, like a small part of the iron city of Dis. Like he's going to be dragged away to hell unless something is done. That's all the enemies. Gwen.
So Gwen breaks concentration to just focus a little bit more on their last spell slots, which is going to be Call Lightning in the same radial area.
All right.
Blast them all to hell.
That will give Finn a auto death save, but it will hit all 3 of them.
Yep.
Zap his little
Monk
body.
1 fails. Monk 2 fails. Chain Devil passes.
I like that you're going by Mary Shelley rules, where the lightning gives me a death save.
14.
Or it gives you a death save, but if you fail, it's 2 death save fails
Ooh,
instead of just 1.
that's
because
interesting.
It's so damaging to your nervous system.
Wait, so I get 1 pass and 2 fails?
If you pass, you get a death save, and if you pass, you get a pass. If you fail, you get 2 fails.
Oh, it just forces me to roll. That's a
But I'm still going to use my bonus action.
it's
So
an 18.
Okay,
I'm
so
fine.
Okay.
No,
I'm still
I was
gonna use
about
my
to
bonus
add my
action,
constitution and make it a 23, and then I remembered you don't.
Wait, you're
I'm
a
going to use it on
halfling.
all my friends.
So
I'm
Gwen,
going to make all my friends fine.
what are
I
you doing
didn't
with your what are you doing with your bonus action, Gwen?
I'm going to spend the rest of my Balm of Summer Court,
Great.
and that is 4d6. And it's going to be Walker. You didn't need anything, did you?
I'm at 20. No, not at 20. Where am I at? No, I'm 22. I'm fine.
Awesome, cool. I just wanted to check in because I didn't know what your HP was for a second. 9 to Skym. Oh, sorry, Euclid. And 5. But either way, you are both now conscious because that's how bomb works.
I mean, I was already conscious. You mean me?
Finn needed it.
Finn
You need
needed
the
it.
help anyway.
Finn's I'm the only one who's down. I'm dying. I'm dying.
the Finn is
Right there.
You have 1 temp now due to bomb.
One
So,
temporary?
Yes, but it was still 5.
Am I-
So 5 healing and 1 temporary.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were technically stabilized.
Yeah, yeah,
And up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank
Great.
you.
Shivers.
Great. So who's alive? Just the
There's a Chain Devil at 6, a Monk at 20, and a Monk at 3.
Oh, I thought Gwen struck them all down. Well, then.
We didn't do damage. We didn't do damage, Gwen.
Oh, we didn't.
We
I
didn't
know.
do
I
lightning.
rolled for 14 for the hit, but for Called Lightning, it still also halves. So it's going to be 14, 14, 7.
Great. So only the one monk is remaining, and he clutches his eyes, and he begins bleeding out of them. And he looks and he says, "This is Bob," and he goes, "What have I done? Who am I? What is happening here?" And there's gold all over the floor, covered in sickening radiance. That's also electrified gold, probably melted a little bit. And he says, "Where's all this gold from? What is happening here? Jim!" And he runs over to Jim and shakes him and says, "Jim, are you okay?" And he clutches his friend who's been electrocuted and is dying from his own death save fail. Somebody want to heal Jim?
I'll heal him.
I am going to speak directly into Jim's mind because I can do that now.
Jim is unconscious. You want to speak directly into Bob's mind?
I mean Bob's mind because I can do that now. And I'm going to say, go take some of this gold to your families and leave this place.
He says, "Voice in my head, I have no family. I'm an orphan."
Well,
And it would be a Russian accent. "Voice in my head, I have no family. I was an orphan of the church."
well, I didn't think of that. Anyway, well, then stay here. We're going to use this gold. Great.
Okay, voice in my head, are you the true Illmater and not the false one I've been told?
I am.
Make a deception check with advantage, voice in his head.
I just am. I don't know
Oh,
who.
I got so confused with all that. Thank you for the reminding me, Roger Twee. The Chain Devil, when it dies, also has a shimmering in the ground, but this one is shadowy chains that reach up and drag her failure to hell, where she will be tormented for her failure to maintain this stronghold. Perhaps the same will be true of the Aranes, but we shall see. Hieronymus is here and unconscious, though. The priest who was possessed.
I was an 18 anyway, so he believes it was me.
Great. And he goes, he says, "I will stay here, Illmater, and do what is necessary." Of course, sir.
Well, that was a lot, eh?
Yeah.
People are coming from the town because they heard the crashing and crutching and were worried that there was more volcanic activity. So like Griftel is running over with a bunch of militia. His great sword is out. And he calls to the entrance and says, "What is the meaning of this? Why do you attack the holy priests of Illmater?"
No.
Oh, he was a devil. He was possessed by a devil. We sussed it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a great word choice.
No, we did. That's what we. That's how that word works.
I
We
have
sussed it
trusted
out.
you. I have trusted you thus far, but who can speak in your behalf? And Jim stands up and says, all of us were possessed by, I believe his name is Dispater, the Lord of the Second, Lord of suffering and paranoia and tyranny. It is true, these folks saved us, though they did so by harming Jim.
You live and you learn.
We are.
And
We
our
regret all
friends
collateral
are-
damage associated with any actions upon the crew of the garbage pail. If you have further grief, you can bring it up with our legal consult, Jazz, the ogre.
At this point, nobody's listening because there's more gold on the floor of this room than the town has.
Didn't you say? Who's here? Who's the person that ran?
Alicia.
Griffel.
Also, you see that from farther away, the priests of Saloon are on their way.
Griffeld, you said that taking a handsome sum of money might buy us passage when dealing with those ragamuffins.
Oh, the
The
Duergar.
Duergar.
That would be your money. These are the donations to the church that were meant to be going to feed hungry here and elsewhere. You truly wish
yes.
to take
Yes.
that money?
Oh, however,
How much gold did we bring them?
I find it necessary to point out that you had a literal devil, actually two devils living amongst you in your town, and you not only were unable to get rid of them, you didn't even know they were here. and
They must
I
have
do
had-
not
They,
mean
they must
to
have
take
had
this
some sort of
town, but
ability to hide themselves.
Yeah, that we sussed out. So
we
there's that.
suss them out, and we do
We did
deserve, I believe, some form of compensation.
Hey,
So-
hey,
Goodwill.
Wait,
Last
come on.
choice for the audience for the
Yeah.
night.
huddle
Give
up.
the gold to the town, or take the gold to get into the Durgar city.
Okay.
You obviously know what Finn's position
If
is.
we're gonna take all this gold, they can like who's gonna take care of them in the first place? There's like half a bunch of orphans that were sleeping. They're probably
We
honestly
are
dead.
buy.
They
They
are
are
using this money
buying
to save literal people, refugees, people taken into captivity. We are going to use this money to save more people.
We could also just do the same thing we did here, there, and
In a Duergar city, just waltz on in. I think we'll stand out.
Also, it's not like you guys knew that you had this money in the first place. So you were doing not well, but
It would be incredible. It would be incredible for this town.
and would you not part with at least a small sum of it?
Yeah, we don't want all of it. Just a fair.
Unfortunately, if you wanted to have Durgar save money, you would need all of this.
Oh, would we? We would need all of
okay,
it.
so I'm gonna offer something new on the table.
Hold on. I mean, I have a couple ideas for not getting the money, but I have a certain position already. No. Oh yeah, Vic.
I was willing to offer myself in restructuring this entire place and
Oh.
building it back up. Like, it seems like they need somebody who has the ability to do that. And I'm just saying I could totally build this stuff back up. We could take the money as you guys can take the money. I'll still go with you, but I'll come back and do my due diligence for destroying the entire building.
Wait, you
And
just
the
want to
outside-
leave the party and rebuild a town?
It's clear that there's a bunch of zealots and devils here. It's close to my dad. We can figure out what's going on with him.
Your dad's missing. Why don't you want to come with us?
No, I'll come with you. I feel as
And
though
then not
like,
speak to your own dad.
no,
I mean-
I said that I will promise to resolve the conflict here that I can, because I was the one that did the most property damage.
Okay.
I'm just also saying that, like, never mind.
Wait, my dad's a dick. Like, I get it.
Mine isn't.
I'm sorry?
What I'm saying is that I'm more than happy to go get my dad out of whatever's going on, but these people need a lot of help. Hands-on people. There's a bunch of kids that just had to get thrown away. Yeah, you guys could go spend the money, but offering service, I can heal stuff. I can do all sorts of things for this area that a lot of the fake clergy couldn't. And I'm just talking about one church, and it is the place that our dead friend, well, not really, ascended friends from. It doesn't seem too far from the, like, it doesn't seem like a bad place to land. Offering fealty in that way to take their money seems like a reasonable transaction.
Well, the
How
thing
far
is,
do you go?
we'll be going into the Underdark, and I'm sure that we'll find something of trading value there.
I don't think we did this for gold. Yeah?
Well,
No.
it's not for gold, it's for the lives of those people. We've got to get into the city to get them, yes?
I know. I can think of another way to get us in.
Well, that would have been the easy way, but there are always harder ways.
I mean,
The vote has been made to give the money to the town. I'm just saying this
Mhm.
for our not currently in the chat audience.
yeah.
Mhm.
So the vote has been made for that. So go on.
Yeah. I guess to get us in, I could disguise myself as a Duergar because they're closer in height to me.
And we'll be the slaves.
if you three are comfortable with that, that's the only thing I can think of to get us in without the money.
I
Here's
also,
the thing:
like,
my comfortability,
I
a bunch of
have a
lives.
little money too. Like,
Well, apparently we'll need more than all of this.
yeah.
Yeah. We need apparently like a nation's gross wealth. Like so much wealth
No,
you feel
not a
sick.
nation's. This is a very poor town. There's just a lot of money here,
Oh, okay.
right? Like it's not crazy money, right?
Sure.
Well, look at that.
Definitely, like, worst case scenario, if they needed the money, I could like wire my mom or something. But
I guess.
What?
Look, are you guys comfortable with it?
Yes.
Okay, then I guess that's what we try.
Right.
All
Right.
right.
All right. Riftel says, "Thank you. This will make a huge difference for the people of this town. And thank you for your offer, Gwyn. You should see to your father, but we could use someone of your compassion and your ability when the dust has settled."
don't want my friend's ascension to be in vain. What can I say?
We appreciate that. We can use all the help we can get. And thank you for finding out these people and ending this devilish incursion. I only hope that it's everything that was here. We'll
I
need to
hope
speak
so,
with the
too.
priest when he awakens.
He would to be here when he awakens. We don't mind.
Of course.
Thanks.
I hope you'll also understand that I would want to be present for any such interrogation.
Oh, okay, sure. I mean, do you have to be though? I'm
It's
kidding.
literally
No,
my
of course
job.
you do. I know it's literally, it's your job. That's fine.
So Griftel.
Could you buy them like 5?
I just saw
5 minutes,
Rogers,
maybe?
with this gold, the town can buy so many slaves. And
No.
it's the worst, and I love it.
Could I like maybe could you buy Euclid like 5 minutes and Gwyn's gonna actually try to charm person on them?
Just 5 minutes. Like magically, or you're just gonna charm him? You could just
Oh
charm him.
no, I will spend that spell slot for this.
You know,
But then he'll know.
When the spell
He'll
is
know.
done, right?
Oh no, it's the earnestness that I'm hoping will ultimately win at the end of the day, not me rolling for the charm person.
We're at time anyway. Let's
Yeah.
hold on to the mental manipulation for the interrogation at the beginning of the next session. Yeah?
Ineffectual manipulation. It's just
Yes.
hoping that you'll buy into somebody's just please.
Let's hope.
Awesome. Thank
Let me
you
get some
guys. That is the end of tonight's episode of Dice, Drinks, and Drama. Hope you all had a good time investigating this devilish incursion into the town of Galabris.
Hi guys, it's me, Carter, or Finnegan, or Editor. Whatever you want to call me. First off, I want to thank you on behalf of the whole DDnD team. It means a lot to us that you're watching our content on YouTube. It's super cool. So please be sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell and all the other YouTube stuff that you're supposed to do. Second off, I do want to say, if you enjoyed this episode and you found yourself being like, oh man, that was cool, but I sure wish I could have been a part of that conversation and helped decide where the party should go, you can. You can watch us for free on Twitch every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We are simultaneously on the twitch.tv/Dice Drinks and Drama channel and the twitch.tv/DND channel. Wizards of the Coast is hosting us. It's awesome. So those links are down below, along with a whole bunch of other cool stuff that everyone on the team is making. Vic's got a module. Devren's got a podcast. I may have something eventually, and I'll put it down here, along with our Patreon. It's super cool. There's a couple tiers, lots of exclusive content, and yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.